Hi, everybody, and welcome to Seeking the Sacred Earth. It's Totem Weekly. This week we got snake, we got butterfly, and we got alligator reversed. So snake. Snake is a symbol of transmutation. It is a totem of fire and the ability that we all have to transmute our circumstances, to take things that we don't like, challenges that are oppressing us, and turn them into victories, turn them into wisdom, turn them into vision, passion, ambition. We have a choice with snake, right? Are we going to let the circumstances poison us? Or are we going to transmute the circumstances to serve our soul's growth, our soul's evolution? When we pull snake, it is about radical acceptance. Now, what do I mean by that? There is this conditioning we have in our society around fatigue and, chronic fatigue syndrome and this sense of just exhaustion constantly. A lot of people face this. And from my perspective and in my own experience, so much of when I was so tired was about my resistance to what was going on in my life. Whether that's through denial or whether that's through complaining about it, whether that's through the procrastination of not dealing with it, the fear of conflict, or the fear of just accepting that I'm disappointed or mad or any of those things that we don't like to experience and feel. Snake says, radically accept your circumstances to free up the energy of life force, the fire. And then with that fire, you will have a new vision. You will have a new perspective. You will be able to create something good out of whatever's going on. That's our power as human beings. Snake is also a symbol of a shedding. When we have radical acceptance about what's going on in our life, oftentimes what that reveals is places where we can let go. Places where we can reinvent ourselves, places where we can expand. So the snake is saying, transmute, let go of the old identity. Let go of resisting what's going on. From my perspective, when it comes to like destiny and free will, right now, and my ideas about what this is all about change all the time. I'm perpetually curious and a student at heart. But right now, I kind of believe that there's sort of a playbook to our life, right? A blueprint. And it's kind of sketched out, but it is a blueprint nonetheless. And so there's certain things that are inevitably going to happen in one's existence. That's not the point. The point is, how gracefully are you going to deal with the playbook? How gracefully are you going to deal with what destiny may have decreed in your life? Because you can't get out of it. You can fight it and then you just get exhausted, right? And then there's no energy to enjoy the beauty in life. And that's the key, to have joy and experience the beauty no matter what kind of chaos and conflict and loss you may be experiencing. It is such a challenge. But if we radically accept the circumstances, that's when we can start shifting them. Because then we're shifting them from the inside, right? That's the only way that shift occurs. You can't control other people. You can't control the society, right? The further you get from yourself, the less control you have over anything. Snake is saying, are you going to poison, right? Are you going to burn it up? Or are you going to use the fire to create something awesome? How graceful are you going to be with the challenges you face? The element of fire, transmuting how you see it, transmuting the vision. And then butterfly tells us it's about transformation, but the transformation that comes when we change how we think. Butterfly is an invitation to change your mind. Now, this is so interesting to me. In our society right now, changing your mind is considered a weakness, right? Everybody wants to double down on their truth, even if they know in their heart that they made a mistake or that it could be inaccurate, it seems. It's like this is why I made that video about, do you want to be right or do you want to be at peace? It's like being right cutting your nose off to spite your face, being right even if it takes things out of your life that you love, being right if it means, even if it means important relationships are destroyed. The butterfly tells us that one of our most treasured powers is the ability to change how we think. And when we change how we think, the circumstances of our life change. The egg of the butterfly, it's like the seed of the idea. It turns into the caterpillar, right? Starting to see how will that idea manifest in the world. Then it goes into the cocoon, takes it within, right? To really formulate how is it going to express itself in the world? How will the change be received? How is the change going to affect the circumstances? And then it bursts out of the cocoon, a brilliant butterfly sharing its light and its beauty with the world. That's the invitation of the butterfly. The caterpillar is literally liquefied in the pupal stage, in the cocoon. It's a complete and total transmutation into something radically different. And dare I say, infinitely more beautiful. And into something that has freedom to fly. That's the power of saying, okay, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I'm thinking of this in too rigid of a way. Maybe I need to open my mind. Maybe I need to admit, change my mind. Let me try to think of this in a different way to create more harmony in my life. Such a powerful message, especially because you guys, we're in this full moon right now. We have a full moon tonight, when I'm posting this in Gemini, which is all about the thought process. Can you transmute your thought process? Can you transform your thought process to serve what it is that you really want? And I think that's where alligator comes in. Because alligator is all about, I'm going to flip them on up. Alligator is all about how we digest what's going on in our life. And this is where that radical acceptance idea comes in. Because if we can't radically accept what's happening, we are not fully digesting it. And that means we're not seeing where the nourishment lies. And then we're not able to poop out the dross and the waste. We're not able to shed and let go if we're not really looking at the good and the bad, quote unquote, good and bad, right? Because sometimes what we think is bad ends up being like the greatest learning lesson of our life, which leads us to achievements and relationships that are epically successful and harmonious and beautiful. So our judgment is what we must let go of. Our judgment of even saying to the circumstances that we're going to radically accept, to even saying whether they're good or bad. We're just going to radically accept them. We're not going to judge them. Because the truth is, until we radically accept, we don't know where the nourishment in food actually is. Alligator is saying, really look, not just at the surface, right, where the alligator's eyes are in the water, right? But it takes its prey and rolls it on the bottom of the riverbed, of the lake bed, riverbeds. And then it stashes it under rocks, The alligator is going through all the depths, looking at all the ways. That's what we need to do. When we radically accept where we are, we change our thinking. And then we can really embrace a perspective that will lighten our load. Alligator was reversed, and this often says, you've gotten muddy. You've gotten too muddy. You need to lighten up. You need to laugh. And that's so much of this change of thought, change of vision. I mean, look, it's hard not to be serious about things that, are important to you. But it's when we lighten up and expand that great solutions come in. We have to allow infinite spirit to work through us, and we can't do that when we're trying to control and when we're not willing to say, I made a mistake and I'm going to change my mind, or I'm going to change what I want. I'm going to change my vision. So you guys, I hope this spoke to you. Enjoy this full moon. It's really going to show us where we need to rethink, where we need to change our mind, and it's going to give us a lot of fire in the belly as to where we want to go in 2020. So please like, subscribe, head to the website, Seeking the Sacred Earth, and of course, the main message, if this spoke to you and there's people in your life that you feel could also hear this message in their heart, mind, and soul, please send this to them. Happy holidays, everyone.